Oh, jeepers.
Oh, so...
Two different reactions there. Sorry, in a sense, you weren't hanging on like loads of saves and clearances and last-ditch tackles. I didn't feel that way, but we're trying to work out who's playing where, because at one point there was nearly 4 or 5 centre-halves on the pitch, who's playing in what position. And that's what disappoints me with the winning goal. You know, Lascelles came off the bench, who's a big guy. Osula came off the bench. So you're adding more height to the team. You know, you've already got, you know, Chow, Botman, Dan Burn. You know, you've got a big team there. So disappointing that realistically just like a straightforward corners come in from Odegaard. Good delivery, don't get me wrong, but...
What's the goalkeeper's view of this like then?
Well, I feel like I hear the shout off, Nick, and I know there's someone challenging him. Is it Saliba perhaps on the keeper? I can't really see.
Yes, it is Saliba.
It is Saliba, yeah. And he just blocks him.
Blocking.
But it's not a foul, it's not enough, to be honest. And Arsenal are very clever at this. But I don't know if Dan Burns ducked out of it because he heard...
He couldn't get off the ground.
No, but he heard Pope shouting.
Yeah, maybe.
It was definitely a clear shout from Pope.
I think, Shay, it does, from a goalkeeper's point of view, has he got to make sure that he gets disengaged from where Saliba is, because that is so close. If you're not going to get the Dan Burns and the Botmans going and attacking that, the goalkeeper has to surely, from where that's gone in the goal, he's got to be at least getting a punch on that.
That's the frustrating thing. You know, Saliba's very clever, so it's difficult. Doesn't matter how big you are, right, as a goalkeeper. If the defender's strong, it's hard to get round him sometimes. And I think that's what he's done. But I think Pope did shout, and he maybe shouted early, and then Saliba's come in late and sort of blocked his path. And I think the shout has sort of took Dan Burn, thinking, I'm just going to keep this Arsenal player out of the way, and Nick Pope's going to come and deal with it. But of course, it's a brilliant jump from Gabriel. Delivery was good, and they've taken the points.
Yeah, and as you say, Newcastle will have known what's coming. They will have worked on it. We saw those statistics there since August 2023. I mean, look at the difference between the next best Chelsea and Spurs.
Honestly, again, it comes down to the service there. Shay, you can be testament to it. No goalkeeper, if you've not got defenders who's going to attack that, is comfortable with the ball coming there. No one. That's such a great ball into the box. So Gabriel does what he does. You know, he gets in there and he makes sure he gets something on it. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal.
Now, at 1-1, you were hoping Newcastle would hold out. At 1-1, Wright, he was actually asking the Lord, weren't you, to do something for divine intervention here.
There's a Sunday.
Sometimes you just have to go to a higher place when you need what you need.
Is that where you were?
Oh, jeepers.
Oh, so...
Two different reactions there, aren't there?
I'm so sorry, everybody at home. I'm so sorry. We have to win this!
We knew that. The scowl on Shay's face towards you just makes it even better.
There's always two sides to every story, isn't there? The sadness of conceding a late winner, and of course the joy that it brought to Wrighty's face.
I'm just really pleased with the guys who I work here with on a regular basis last season, when they see how I act. But it's not for anything other than pure joy, because we needed to win this game so badly, Steve.
So let's get serious a minute.
Yes.
I mean, that's the type of thing champions do, isn't it, really?
Well, I think you look at last season, there were so many opportunities where Liverpool, we had to get into a game where you put pressure on Liverpool for something. We either drew the game.
Yeah, they couldn't do it, could they?
We couldn't do it. We've never done too many. I think the last time we done anything like this where we needed to win something in the death, I think it was Bournemouth a few seasons ago. But this is a game where we went in and I think we started very well. I thought we started very well. We had chances. But once they went 1-0 up, it was a game we had to play back in and get ourselves back into the game, make sure we don't lose it, and if we can, win it, because that's what we have to do to send the message to whoever's at the top, that we're not going to go away and we will dig in as far as we need to win these games to try and win this league finally.
Yeah, that will have been severely noted on Merseyside.
Absolutely, because what you want them to, what the message you want to give them is, you know, we're coming and we're going to be here. So yes, you're 5 points clear, but now you're 2. You lost your game against Palace. We have to now take advantage of that, and we've done that. That's why even if a point would have been a little bit, it wouldn't have been enough for me, even though you'd have to take it. 3 points is what we needed to do today, and I'm just hoping that in that dressing room they realise that, how important it is to make sure that they take advantage of these slip-ups if they do happen.
if you're in the Newcastle dressing room, though, having seen it happen against Liverpool and then against Arsenal, to take nothing from the game, having given all that effort, there'll be a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, very tough when you see Eddie walking around the pitch after. I think that's the frustration. You know, Arsenal have got quality all over their squad, they have, and they're good enough to open you up, Steve, and play an amazing thing is, and they work at attacking corners, but they work at defensive side of things as well. And that's the most frustrating thing. You know, we spoke about Eze and Cole beforehand. Odegaard comes off the bench. Saka, they've got some brilliant players, haven't they, Arsenal? And they can open you up and you go, we were beaten by a better team. They were a better team today, but we were beaten by an unbelievable goal. There's not much we could have done about that. But it's so frustrating that it feels just like a comfortable enough delivery into the box. Gabriel heads it in, and it's as you say, all that hard work, you know, and effort, and I think Tino Livramento looked like a bad injury as well. So it's a tough day for Newcastle to concede so late.
You know, the bench as well for us, Shay. The bench is vital for us in what we're going to try and achieve this season. And we've already seen on a few occasions, we've seen Martinelli, we've seen Trossard, we've seen Marino now. They're coming off the bench and they're making a difference. Odegaard coming off the bench making a difference. We're able to now be able to take someone like Saka off and bring Martinelli on, and, you know, people making differences off the bench. And that's what it's going to probably take. It's going to take that for us. And sometimes the manager's going to get the selection right, but then he's got the players on the bench where he can maybe change it around. And I think people need to have a little bit more patience with some of the decisions the manager makes and see once it's done if the players can justify the decisions he's made so as we can win games.
Yeah, because with that squad depth that he wants comes added issues and problems, doesn't it, in terms of getting the right 11 for each game.
Yeah, and pressure as well, because like there's a lot of talk now with people, with the manager saying, well, you've got the team you want. Spent a lot of money to get this team and assemble this team. We're talking about it, Shay. So now there's not too many more chances you can get in respect of making it happen with a squad that's capable of doing it. So he's now got to manoeuvre those players and get them into the position, whether they're playing off, coming off the bench, to deliver.
This is a fixture that's really troubled your side. Is this a big step forward?
It is, and we talked about going to the next level, and the next level, it's when you learn from experiences from the past, from some scars that we had in this ground, and today was a big one. It's a really, really good team, really difficult place to come, and I'm so proud of the performance, the way we navigated through the game in different stages, against decisions, how good we were in creating some big moments and chances, going behind them and still believing with everything that we had to throw it all. And at the end we got rewarded with, in my opinion, is a very fair result.
In previous years, it's maybe been the physicality, the intensity where Newcastle have had the edge. Did that suit your side today? Were you the physically dominant side?
I don't know, you have to match or be even more dominant to that. It's extremely difficult. Probably it's the most physical team I have seen in my life. But we handled it really, really well. And again, I must say, so difficult to do what we've done today, because we really looked like the team that we want to be consistently, and we've done it in very different grounds already very, very early in the season, and today was an important day.
When you talk about the scars, you've had some big calls go against you on this ground. Did the big one go in your favour today, that the handball at 1-1?
I think there is another one, which is a clear penalty.
What about the 1-1? The handball?
It's a clear penalty. That's not a handball. We've been explaining the rules that this is never a handball, and we've been explaining very clear in the rules that it is a clear penalty, very clear.
But you were annoyed about the penalty that was overturned?
Well, can you imagine not to? Yeah.
Thank you, Mikel.